welcome to North of 60. I'm Heidi Schweighoefer. Today we're going to talk about a very important new program here in Hudson that may benefit you as a senior or a member of your family. My guest today is Jennifer McKinley. Jennifer is our Hudson Community Resource Coordinator. Jennifer, thank you so much. Sometimes those titles kill me.
I know.
Tell me first, this was developed by Leadership Hudson.
Yes.
What is Leadership Hudson?
So Leadership Hudson is a 9-month program that is designed to grow Hudson's next leaders of our community. It introduces participants to the Hudson City, business, and community leaders by exposing them to the operations of our community.
Oh, good program.
The program also encourages each class to develop their own project.
So that's how this project came up.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So it's called?
Our project is called SAFER Hudson.
Describe it.
Okay, so so how we came about, how we identified our project. We went on several class field trips, and one of them that made the most impact to this project was visiting our safety services, so EMS, fire, police. While we were on our field trip, we spoke with Lieutenant Kevin Nelson, who's also our fire community educator here in Hudson.
Everyone, I think, knows Kevin.
Yes, Kevin is great, isn't he? And when talking with him, we had asked, how can we help our community? We were more looking for a project that was free to the community.
Good.
That would easily be run by our community. Our city, our fire and police staff, and that was easily sustainable without our additional help in the long run.
Good.
Okay, so he had said that it would be helpful for emergency services to identify any special need that the family has before entering their home. So that is basically what this program is.
So let's take a step back. What would those special needs be?
Okay, so what SAFER Hudson does, it enables the community member to provide emergency service personnel with important health information so that the family can be best served in a case of emergency. So here's an example. So response times of 911 could vary.
Sure.
And if the emergency services have the personal information ahead of time before entering the home, they are able to, save critical time beforehand,
before they actually enter the home.
Before they actually enter the home. By having this information in advance, this potentially could help save lives. All information that the community member provides to the police is confidential.
So this could be if I was not fully ambulatory and I needed a walker. So I would take longer to get to the door or get around or not even be able to leave my home in the event of a fire, for example.
Absolutely.
What about hearing?
Yep, so the program is free and is for anyone in the community, seniors, people with disabilities, anyone who wants to provide emergency services with important health information that would benefit them when they call 911. So exactly like you had said, if there's somebody who has it's hearing impaired, and maybe they take out their hearing aids. If someone was to call 911, EMS staff would want to know that information because entering the home, the person that is hearing impaired may not hear them.
That's right.
And that could be a neighbor calling the home. Another example, really there isn't anything specific that we have. We have a drop-down sheet to sign up that goes over people with any type of disability, any type of mental impairment.
So for seniors, it could be poor eyesight.
Yes?
Poor lack of hearing, mobility, I would think. And wheelchair, sure.
Bedbound.
Bed rest. Oh my gosh, I think of my
bedbound.
parents. My mother was a wheelchair bedbound person. I don't know how we would have, how people, I mean, if she was there alone with my dad.
If she was there alone and something happened to your dad, and she was able to call 911, or if he called 911 and then he passed out.
That's right.
You know, EMS, you know, they're going to rush in and help him. They might not even know that your mother was upstairs bedbound.
Right.
Or if there was a fire.
Right.
They might not know that she was bedbound.
Right.
And if they had those couple extra seconds to come into the house and know that, they might be able then to assign someone to check on her immediately.
So for people with perhaps disabled children, I have heard many examples of children who are on the spectrum being afraid when an emergency happens and hiding.
Right.
Then if that was given to the police ahead of time, they would know to go search for every member of the family.
And that is absolutely correct. You know, if you have one parent that stays at home, say the parent called 911 and passed out, and they do have a child or someone in the home who's afraid of loud noises, maybe they fear you know, whatever the police would be coming into, their uniforms, things like that. And if that child were to say, I'm going to hide downstairs in the closet, or whatever the situation may be for that child, however they deal with things that frighten them, if the parent that was passed out, they would not be able to articulate that to EMS and say, you know, I have a child hiding. And that's just going to give, knowing that information before entering the home is just giving them that information so they're not wasting additional minutes searching a home where they could be
or not searching the home because they don't even know.
Right, where that time could be spent helping the individual.
Or putting out the fire.
Or putting out the fire.
Do people, so if I called, so do I call dispatch? Do I call the non-emergency police number?
So in this instance, what would happen is if you decided to sign up, you can go onto the city website and go under community, and you can sign up there. There are also paper enrollment forms that people that may not want to go online to sign up, they can go to the police dispatch or any emergency services and get a paper enrollment form.
So they can go right into the lobby of the police station and ask the girl at the window?
Yeah, it's actually right in the front of the police station.
Excellent.
When you enter into their foyer area, and they would just fill out that form. Now those forms online or in paper are going right to the police dispatch. So nobody is going to see those forms other than police dispatch. From that point in time, they then go into the police's CAD system. It's just the system that is in their car that they receive. The police receive information on, a person that's called 911. So as they're driving, once that number is sent to the emergency services, that address, the information about the people in the home, if you had filled out one of these forms, is going to pop up on their screen. So they're going to be well aware of what they're walking into before entering the home.
Jen, and let me put a plug in for the fact that the fire department also gives out free Knox boxes.
Right.
Which for seniors, and we have one on one of our doors, because again, if they're reading that they have 2 non-ambulatory people in this house, and thank heavens they have a Knox box so they can get into the house too without hurting the door and all of that sort of stuff.
They can get in without breaking your door down. They would know all of the information that you up front of any special circumstances, so they could do their jobs most efficiently as possible and save as much wasted time as possible.
This is a really dumb question. I know we didn't talk about it before. What about dogs? Is there any place for someone to report, by the way, I have a dog, that will go rushing up to you and be aware of that?
Well, on the form, we actually do have an area for other.
Oh, good.
I'll just read real quickly. Here's some of the reasons why you would fill out the form. Visual impairment, blind, eyeglasses, legally blind, light sensitivity, Kohler implants, hearing aids, wheelchair walkers, oxygen tanks, cognitive disorder, cognitive developmental disability disorder, physical disability, mental illness, and other. So other, you could be
we have
putting,
a dog
we have
that
a
will
dog.
rush the door.
Yep.
Okay.
Just to be aware, it's a non-violent dog, but it's going to rush you.
Yes.
So that would make them aware that we're walking into a situation where there's a dog. Okay, we understand what we're walking into. It's not going to hurt us.
It's not going to hurt us.
We don't have to spend time trying to wrangle it.
No. No.
Put it in a cage.
No.
Yeah,
no.
Exactly.
So this would be also if I had a partner who had some signs of Alzheimer's or dementia.
Absolutely.
And may not be fully cognizant of where they are and what's happening with me. If it was my husband and something happened to me,
right.
He wouldn't necessarily be able to talk to the police or fire about it.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is excellent.
Oftentimes there's, families, you're trying to take care of your spouse. God forbid something were to happen to the caretaker.
Right.
If the spouse or the person that's being who's being taken care of can't speak or, starts to disassociate or
right.
Has a difficult time because now there's all of these people in their face, this is going to provide all of those answers that they would be asking the person with possible dementia that would have a really hard time answering those questions, especially the fact that when something goes disarray out of someone's possible with dementia, if something's happening that's not within their routine, that also could impact them to feel very disoriented and not be able to say what they typically could provide information.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just quick. So you can get the application at the police department or at if you knock on the window at EMS.
EMS has the forms and enrollment forms. The police also has copies, and the fire, both.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And do we still have some copies for our senior events?
Yes, I recently spoke to the Hudson seniors
Yep.
and provided them with paper enrollment forms.
I think we still have some too that we'll put out for each one through the rest of the year. One application per household, or do I need two of them for me and my husband?
It's one application per person.
Per person.
In the household.
Okay.
So if there's multiple people that have multiple needs, each person should fill out their own form.
Okay, but one person could go get the forms, bring them home, fill them out for both
Oh, absolutely.
and then take them back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or they can even do it online.
Okay.
Depending on what their choice is.
All right, so one per person. That's
Yes.
important. Now, quick question. In this community, we have what many people still call fridge packs, and they're medical record forms that we hope people keep in their refrigerator.
Right.
And it has everything from previous medical conditions to medications and all of that sort of stuff. This doesn't compete with that, right? This is an addition to?
Right. This does not in any way compete with that, because this information will pop up to emergency services on the way to the home. On the way,
that's right.
On the way to the rescue. Once the emergency services get into the house, that's when they would get the fridge pack that would give information on their medicine and things like this.
Okay.
SAFER Hudson is not that program. SAFER Hudson is
pre
what you want emergency services to know before entering your home, so that they can best serve you and spend the most time on whatever it is that they're there for.
Gotcha. Okay. I love the preparation that the staff would have before they go into the house, and then they get into the house. Hopefully people do have a fridge pack in their refrigerator, and then they know more about that person without having to worry, can the person speak to me right now?
I think our class decided, and with working with Kevin, providing upfront information to emergency staff is going to save the time. And some other cities are doing this, but in this area, Hudson is the first in this area to offer this program. And the most information that you can give emergency services to help you save the time is the best that you can do for yourself and your family.
Oh, Jen, I think it is a wonderful, your group should really be commended. This is really wonderful for this community.
Thank you very much.
I called dispatch some years ago because someone told me that I should tell them my garage code too, just in case, the lockbox isn't there, it's not working, or so that they have, again, information about getting into the house before they even step one foot on our property.
Another thing I did want to mention for people who frequently fall.
Oh yeah.
That would be another really good reason to fill out this form and let EMS know that ahead of time. In case when they're there, they need to just have that information. Maybe you have bruises on you or whatever. Anything like that would be a good reason to fill out this and enroll in this program, the SAFER Hudson program.
I can't imagine anyone not doing it over 65. Really, I cannot imagine.
Exactly, I agree. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're
this
so
was
welcome.
So interesting. So, folks, please take advantage of this very free program. If you can't get online or don't want to get online, go to the police station, go to EMS building, and get an application for you and anyone else living in your home. Fill it out, send it in, and what a wonderful thing to know that the EMS staff, the emergency staff in this town, know a little bit about you before they even get on your property. Thank you for watching. All this information will be at the very end of the show. Thanks so much.